for that. So it is January 1st, 2025, and I've got a lot of life updates. So it's 8:30 a.m. January 1st, new year, new goals. I kind of just will do a life update in this video. I'm gonna start posting a lot. It's my New Year's resolution, so I'm gonna break a lot of it down. Moved from Houston to Austin. Wanted to, change the scenery. Obviously, I'm in a new place. I decided to move in with a good friend of mine named Patty, and we can just focus on prep and bang things out. And yeah, we were able to get a really cool house. Moved to Austin for a few different reasons. Just wasn't really interested in Houston anymore. It's got kind of boring after a while. And then we're here. Austin's a little bit more slow paced, but there's a lot more outdoor stuff to do, especially outside of bodybuilding. There's more stuff to do. Houston is like known for its gyms and everything, but also too like clubs, restaurants, and stuff. But I don't do that. Austin's got all the outdoor stuff, whether it is you go paddle boarding on a bunch of the different lakes or rivers. You can go just outside and do anything. Go to Barton Springs, you go tan wherever. It's just a million things more to do. That's more my kind of style. And what I want to do, I guess, with this video is just kind of break down changes in life, what's going on. I got a new camera a couple months ago. I'm using the DJI Osmo Pocket 3, and I figured I would break down essentially, what life is like now. Kind of show you the house, the gyms and everything, and we'll be starting prep eventually. So using this as a way to get back into, consistently filming and breaking that down before going into it. Might as well do a little bit of a house tour. So this is the first floor. Bathroom is in there. I was like looking for my hand. This is our living room so far. We're getting a connector for the couch. The couch is like 15 feet long and super big. And we're getting a custom TV stand made because we kind of like it actually like the eye level right there. One thing we did was we actually took down all of the curtains because we just like all the natural light. That is the backyard, which makes this guy super happy. The floors are just concrete. We've got a little dining room table, which he kind of just uses like a workspace table. We've got our kitchen and everything. The house is 3 stories, so all on the second floor. We got our guest bedrooms, my office, and then Patty lives in the attic, so he's got his own floor up there. If we go through here, we just got a bunch of storage in there. That goes out to the garage and then pantry. And then this is my room. I got the master bedroom. And so one thing I like about this, I still got to build my console table and mount my TV. So this is the master. I got a king bed. This room is huge. I took down all the curtains too because I like all the natural light. Ceilings are like 16 feet tall. But I do really like this room. I didn't want any curtains because I just wanted to wake up from the natural light every day. I still got to put up a bunch of my art and stuff. This is the bathroom, obviously the shower. Again, I like all the natural light. We got his and her sink. And then here is my closet. I still have a ridiculous amount of stuff too. But yeah, here is a little, I guess, first floor, my room update of the house. We've got our pre-workout of the day, a shameless plug. If you're someone that wants like a cheap pre-workout for every day, is like $19 after code ALEC. It's honestly pretty nice because it's lower on all of the caffeine. It's just like a great daily driver. You just need to give yourself a little bit of break from most pre's. I love this one a lot. So I got the green apple and the blue raspberry. I normally go with green apple though. We're gonna do like scoop and a half. This is the Gym Fit. I get asked a lot about all this stuff. This is a Dungeon Gear, which is from the Dungeon Gym out in Dubai. This is a 4XL. It's like a pullover. A little bit, I don't know, it's a little bit classier because it's obviously got the, the collar and then the zip, like a quarter zip. I like this a lot though. Kind of just wear it every day. Super lightweight, French terry cotton, which is nice. I got the Hours oversized baggy sweats. So these are a 2XL. Nice thing about this fit was I specifically asked them to make sweatpants like this. For all the guys with bigger legs who are into bodybuilding or just in general, you end up having to size up in pants because of the fact that your legs are so big, but your waist is not that big. So in a lot of clothes I have to get, it's like 40, 42-inch waist, just not fun, even in like relaxed fit stuff, because the waist is big, so I have to get the waist taken in, but it fits the legs. So these are super baggy on the leg, which is what I wanted. I said I want a pair of sweatpants that I can wear to the gym, wear out. I can train legs in them, and they're not restricting. And this is what they did. So it's tight on the waist, 2XL waist, 3XL fit, baggy fit in the leg. That's what I like. And then I've got the Brooks Ghost Max 2 on. I always get the wide version of every shoe. Nice thing about this is I'm hitting back, but the bottom of the shoe is like almost completely flat, so I can wear it in the gym. And if I need to take off my shoes for stability, I would do it. But these shoes are flat at the bottom, so they're actually more stable than your classic running shoe. But we're going to go hit the gym now, hit back and biceps. It's New Year's Day, so we'll see how busy it is. So I completely forgot to film the rest of yesterday. I ended up just having a super busy day, but I'm going to do these YouTube videos over the span of maybe like 2 or 3 days at a time, and then just post like every 3 or 4 days. But yeah, new day. We are at the home gym as of now. If it'll show. This is Los Comps North in Austin. I have a membership here. I have a membership at a gym called House of Gains as well. Sometimes I go to the South location. Yeah, it's mainly my home gym as of now. It's like 10 minutes from my house, so super easy, super convenient. Good equipment. I don't like everything that's in here because certain equipment, for example, like Arsenal, to me it's either very hit or miss, and I've heard that opinion from a lot of people as well. Arsenal equipment is either like a 8.59 out of 10 or it's like a 2 out of 10. So can't complain. No gym is absolutely perfect. That's why I got multiple gym memberships. But today I'm going to be doing a push workout. Lately my split has kind of just been pull, push, and then legs. I don't like to do back and then do legs the day after. I've never really liked doing that. And I'll be getting on my my pre-prep plan pretty soon. Going to get everything squared away with my coach. I'm going to get blood work next week. I think I talked about that yesterday, and go from there. So kind of just having fun at the moment. Eating pretty clean. I'll make pasta every now and then. I'll have a muffin every now and then, or a cookie, nothing too crazy. But yeah, I'm going to go in, hit a push workout. This gym is not super, super big on people filming in it, but I can like set it up and do stuff. They just don't want a bunch of tripods in here, mainly because it's like very crowded. So it's very, everyone would kind of be stepping over each other in that sense as well. But I will get a little bit of clips. I will start doing more lifting stuff, especially like if I'm working out with Patty. That way he can like specifically film for me. They don't care if you film in there. They just don't want like a million tripods because it's a very tight space. I'll see what clips I can get today of this. But yeah, I'm going to go in, get a push workout, get clips of what I can. So Patty and I are going to hit legs today. One thing that's really nice is having somebody who's very driven like yourself, that has the aspirations, not only in bodybuilding, but just very driven person that wants to make money, wants to better themselves. And when you have someone like that too, it's awesome to have a good training partner, because there was very few people in Houston that I would be able to work out with that would push me. And Patty doesn't let me slack, and I don't let him slack either. And it makes training not only just more enjoyable, but it's almost quicker at times too. Because you're more driven. You spend less time kind of just like sitting on your phone between sets, in a sense where you're just like, it's less boring as well, which makes the training a lot more enjoyable, even though it's harder.
Your audience has definitely heard the quote. I know you have too. The 5 people you hang out with is like who you become. So if you hang out with weak, pussified men, you're gonna be a weak pussified man, and that's just the way it goes. So like, you should really do what I've done, do what Alec has done, and like look at the people you hang around and really decide if they're worth your time. As fucked up as that sounds.
Yeah, and that's why a lot of people, they love to kind of, or they kind of ask, for example, like in like the least douchey way possible, like why do influencers hang out with other influencers, or why do bodybuilders hang out with other bodybuilders? It's not for the reason you think. It's more so because they're doing the same stuff as you. So it doesn't make you complacent because they're pushing themselves. They're like, I got shit to do. And you're in your head like, okay, I got to do this too. Like, for example, like I'll give Patty shit because sometimes he's slacking on posting on social media. Or like if we're working out together, I'm like, hey, can you film this for me real quick? And he's like, shit, I should be filming too. Like, grab this for me too. Or if Patty is like, he's like, oh shit, I gotta like do this today. I'm like, oh, I gotta do this too. Thank you for mine. It's more just like, it's almost like having like accountability partners, but in a very like calm manner where people actually want what's best for you. Because just like there are really, really good and genuine people in any space. And I think a lot of people think of like the social media space as just a lot of...
It is, fitness in itself is like very narcissistic.
Yeah, but there are a lot of, it's kind of split. There are a lot of really insecure, but at the same time, very narcissistic people. But the other 50% are very good, hands down, genuine people who would never ask or need anything from you.
Dude, tell them the 3 gear guys that you talk about. You told me like two nights ago. There's 3 kinds of people that take steroids.
Yeah, so there's like, I was talking about this because somebody asked me on TikTok. They were just like, do girls actually like guys that take gear? And I was like, there's 3 types of guys that take gear. There's the first one, which is the one that is on top of their health, not really dumb with what they're doing. They're not an emotional or physical wreck, meaning that like they don't just take gear and they become crazy roid rage, crazy manic, schizophrenic type of people where they're not problems or just absolute shit shows. They're the people like the kind of frat bro kind of guys that take gear. You can't really tell that they take gear. They might look decently good. They go work out 4 or 5 days a week, but then on the weekends they're partying, they're doing drugs and stuff like that. Which if you are going to take gear, do not do other drugs with it. I'm telling you, that's the stuff that'll do very, very serious damage to your body as well. And then they're the type of people who take gear and they are the emotional, crazy wrecks that, most of the time they don't look like they take gear. Emotionally, physically, and spiritually, they are just wrecks in all aspects. Those are the like horror stories of people that you meet that, are just mental head cases. And those are the 3 main types of people that you see. And if you are going to take stuff, you want to be the first one. And it's not a matter of necessarily girls like that type of guy more. It's just you're overall just a more like sound person. You kind of just have your shit together and you're just on top of your health. You're not a mental head case. You're physically on top of your health. You're getting blood work, being smart about what you're doing. You're taking ancillaries or other precautionary steps you need to be doing too, whether you need to donate blood, you're getting blood work, other medications, for example. Let's say you want to stay on top of your heart health, blood pressure, all of that kind of stuff, the silent killer stuff. And so like I really do encourage people, like if you are thinking about, making the switch from being natural to going to enhanced, like seriously get your blood work before you start taking gear, because you will never be natural again. And obviously your blood work is like telling you what's going on in the moment. It's not specifically what's been going on for the last year or so.
Just a snapshot.
Is your mic on?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it is.
Let me see it.
Yeah, it's on.
Okay, cool. I'll fix it later. Because there's a way you can set it so like it doesn't pick up background noise too. But other than that, really, it's just like being smart with what you're doing. I think a lot of people nowadays, and we see it more so only in the last year or so, when they start taking gear, they really want to just like throw the kitchen sink at it right away. When you want to be careful, because you don't even know if you're going to respond well to even just things like testosterone, which I know really sucks to find out, because you don't know how you're going to respond until you take something for the first time. Mm-hmm. Which is the thing that sucks, because people will DM me and they'll be like, hey, can we do a consultation call? Like, what should I be doing between these 2 drugs or whatever? Or people will be like, well, should I take Masteron or Primo? And I'm like, I don't know. It's more of trial and error, which is really sucks to know. Um, and that's kind of the thing is like Patty and I were, you know, in our mid 20s, we were always taught you just start with testosterone,
Yeah.
mainly for the first year or so. Because like if you can make a lot of gains off just testosterone, then you will probably be in a better position, probably because you don't know.
And if you respond well to testosterone, you will make good gains
Yeah.
on testosterone.
And I don't think a lot of people realize like just on testosterone itself, you can really do a lot. And I'm not even talking like a gram of testosterone. For most people, like there's a lot of guys I know who just like,
600.
yeah, who are just like, you know, I really don't want to take more than like 400, 500 at top end that I know is like 600 a week. And they're like, dude, I feel incredible. And it's all person dependent, obviously. There's all we tell you, get your blood work, stay on top of your health, know what's going on with your body. Another thing of advice too is if you are making the switch from natural to enhanced, get your blood work before you start for the first time. Secondly, about a month to a month and a half in to just taking testosterone for the first time, get your blood work again, because then that's when, you know, things really start to settle in. You know what's going on, because a lot of people, especially your first time, you don't know the difference between what high estrogen and low estrogen feels like.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing we see very commonly is a lot of people encouraging, okay, you know, you want to get this, you want to have, you know, an AI in hand, you want to have a Arimidex, you want to have something like that. But a lot of you guys don't know the physical difference between high estrogen and low estrogen. So what happens a lot of times is people will either prematurely crash their estrogen, but they don't know the difference between high or low, you know, because for some people, like I'm someone that feels fine with very low estrogen. It doesn't impact me mentally. Some people are mental head cases. For me, on higher amounts of, for me with higher amounts of estrogen, I am also somewhat fine emotionally. I'm not an emotional wreck, but it's all person dependent. So that's why I recommend like within 5 to 6 weeks of starting something, get blood work again, because then you know what's going on with your body as things are starting to settle in.
Yeah, that gear aggression that you get, where like people are like, "Oh, I have fucking roid rage."
Yeah.
That's typically not from testosterone; it's from estrogen.
Yeah.
So when your estrogen is high or low, you're a fucking basket case.
And you don't know if it's high or low.
Yeah, it could be either or. So like,
because people just respond very differently to stuff too.
Estrogen turns me into the devil.
Yeah, and it's all just like really person dependent, and really just be safer. And it's not like, you know, what's in a sense when I say safer, I mean more just like taking care of your mental health along with your physical health. Like just it's really not as dangerous. The problem though is a lot of you don't know what you're doing, and so like when you guys are like, all right, I want a PCT or I want to do this after, that's where you guys are just mental head cases. Where a lot of people when they come off of stuff or they do a health phase, that's where a lot of people get really depressed or they turn into mental cases, which is the issue. That's why it's important to get your blood work, stay on top of stuff, and just really just know what's going on with your body, and just talk to people that you know that are intelligent with stuff, not just your random dude at the gym that takes gear, because a lot of them don't really care about their health, if I'm being honest.
A lot of them don't know shit.
A lot of guys are afraid to get their blood work because they don't want to know what's going on with their body.
Also, a lot of guys that don't know what they're doing with gear also take way more than what they think they're taking. I just got a client yesterday that is, he's been on cycle for like 3 years, and he was like, "Oh, dude, I take everything like very safe. I don't do a lot of gear." He gave me his protocol. The dude's taking 3 grams, and I was like, "No wonder you look like you look the way you do, because you're blasting shit like Superdrol." So also compound selection is super important, and I took an Androl before this, so I'm ready to fuck shit up.
But also, more is not always better when it comes to gear, which I think is something that a lot of people really, really do not understand, which is the thing that really sucks. And I think that's the problem that a lot of people have, is that they always want to assume that, okay, more is going to be better for them, when in reality for a lot of people it'll end up just making things worse because you're not in the best position in the first place to just be adding more when you're not responding to lower amounts anyways. And it does suck to hear that you know, it's a lot of it is genetics, and it's whether or not you have the ability to do it. Because a lot of people who are, you know, natural, they'll say, well, if I took a quarter of, you know, what this guy took, I would look better if I did this. Or
I'll look like Chris Bumstead if I took steroids.
Or they also say too, and you hear the same stuff where they're like, oh, well, this guy takes 2 grams, 3 grams of gear and he looks natural. And it's like, okay, well, which is it? It's more, there's nuance. It's like, it's person dependent. What do they take? It's compound selection. What else is going on with them? Are there, you know, what's going on with their blood work? And that's where like really staying on top of your blood work is probably one of the most important things, just for longevity as well, because like it is perfectly fine to be safer on this type of stuff, and that's why you got to know what you're doing, and at least just ask questions to people. Like, people are not going to think you're stupid if you're asking questions, and I think a lot of people, like just a lot of guys, they don't want to kind of ostracize themselves or like expose that they're not the brightest on this stuff, so they're afraid to ask these questions. They don't want to know that their health is not as good as they think, or their testosterone is not as high as they think. So they don't want to get the blood work. They don't want to ask people. Or a lot of guys, for example, like they'll take certain compounds like DECA or NPP, and they'll like struggle with a lot of ED
Or depression.
and then they'll be like, "Yo, dude, like I had this girl over, I can't get hard," and they're afraid to bring that up to people because they think it's embarrassing.
Or I watched a movie and I cried the whole time.
And it's like, dude, ask people, because a lot of these are very easy fixes. It might take a week, to see the fix, but it's like, don't be afraid. It's like, because guys are not going to judge you the way that you think they might.
Oh, dude, the pre-workout's fucking me up right now.
Yeah, we're going to go inside. We're going to hit legs. We'll get some clips.
Cut my damn hair.
But yeah, I think we're going to do this more for the YouTube, is like film a little bit of a couple days and then kind of put it all together in just like one longer video. But we're going to go
Fuck.
Right.
Sorry, guys. I'm fucking toasted.
just stop recording. This dude.
You have the filter on it, though. I think it's nice.
No, it looks good. This dude hasn't been here in 3 weeks, and he already missed me again. He's been here twice since I moved from Houston. I've been here for 4 weeks.
Yup. What can I say? Look at the place, man. It's a good pacing house. I can walk a good 2,000 steps in about 14 minutes.
Oop. Dude, did you see this? You can like turn it around like that.
Yeah.
So the house, especially the first floor, is like pretty much all set up. We have, I think I showed it a little bit the other day, and it's pretty much all good. We're gonna get like some mirrors and stuff. We're getting a custom console table built for right there, I believe, and then we're gonna put the TV down. We actually surprisingly like the TV almost at like eye level for the couch, because it's like a 15-foot long couch, and we kind of, to cover up that, we're going to put some art or something up there. We were kind of bullshitting about like a giant like taxidermy deer or something. That would, Patty's girlfriend would probably lose her shit if we did that.
I used to have a giraffe in my room. It was a big wood giraffe named Jeffrey.